We are given the radius of a sector and its arc length and asked to work out its area in exact form in terms of pi. So just going to think through this carefully. Let's imagine now I've got just a different sector which has an angle of 30 and a radius of say 5. Okay, because we need to figure out how we would get the arc length. And you may or may not know this formula, but I'm just going to show you where it comes from. So if I call it L, then, well, the circumference of the circle would be 2 times pi times r, pi d or 2 pi r. So 2 times pi times 5. That would be the entire circumference. But I only want this little bit of it. I want the fraction that I have. And I have 30 degrees out of 360 degrees. So I'd additionally times by 30 over 360. And that really is our starting point for this question. We don't know what the angle is here, but we do know what the arc length is. So this is like a reverse of what I just did, but we can write down the same kind of formula. The arc length is going to now be 2 pi times 6. That would be the whole circumference of this circle. Then I'm going to times by the fraction that I have. I don't know what I have, but I have theta over 360, just like I did 30 over 360 before. But this time I can say that it's equal to 5 pi. That's what I mean by a reverse problem, because the angle is kind of trapped within that part on the left. So important to learn this skill of creating equations and solving them when we get to this point in a higher paper. The pi's cancel, just get rid. And then we can rearrange, we can divide by 12 and times by 360. Maybe we'll do both. 360 over 12. Remember, non-calculator here. You don't need to do 5 times 360 and then divide by 12. You can actually just do 360 divided by 12. Well, 36 over 12 is 3, so it's going to be 30. You can cancel it out like that. This is really important, these little skills for doing these questions effectively. So 150, brilliant. Okay, and that's, to be honest, the hardest part of the problem done. We're then asked to work out the area. Right, well, back to my little one over here. The area would be, okay, pi r squared, or pi times 5 squared for the whole circle. And then again, I would times by the fraction that I have. And that's what I do now for my actual sector. The area is going to be 150 over 360 for the fraction. I'm actually writing it first, times by pi times 6 squared. So that is then 150 times pi times 36 over 360. And this is good because the 36 and the 360 mostly cancel, just leaving us a 10. And then the 10 and the 150 will cancel to 15. And our answer is going to be 15 pi centimeters squared.